From Maya to Pariah. The Maya was a flourishing ancient society located in the heartland of New World civilizations, Mesoamerica. Gaining its roots from the Olmecs, famous for their impressive head structures, the Maya was the most culturally advanced society in the pre-Columbian New World, and the only one with extensive preserved writing, including calendars. Maya temples and other architectural feats were also equally impressive. Mysteriously, by the time the Spanish conquistadors arrived to Mesoamerica, many Mayan sites had been all but abandoned for hundreds of years. But how did such an advanced civilization lose the complex social strata and rituals that supported it at its apex before the Spanish even encountered the Maya? Let's take a look at a few theories.
First, the geographical theories. Living on the Yucatan Peninsula, the Maya experienced two extreme climates. Half of the year, the Yucatan was a tropical rainforest, while the other half of the year, it was as dry as a desert. These intense climates made surviving a challenge. During the wet season, rain was extremely unpredictable and often washed out crops. To make it through the dry season, the Maya built cisterns and reservoirs because they did not live near any large rivers. This allowed the Maya to save and use what little water they had. In the city of Tikal, the Maya learned to store enough water for 10,000 people for a year and a half. That's 32,850,000 gallons. There have been several theories created that blame geographical influences for the Mayan collapse. Technological advances such as the use of carbon dating have allowed scientists a small window into ancient Mayan life. This insight has led to the theory of erosion and deforestation as a cause of collapse. Based on results of carbon dating, historians believe that the Maya cleared land to make room for their growing population and also for farmland, which consequently resulted in the deforestation of much of Mayan homeland. This extreme deforestation eventually led to soil erosion, leaving farm fields infertile with limited agricultural productivity. Another theory historians have created came from the oxygen preserved in mollusks and crustacea for hundreds of years. The preserved oxygen has been tested and shows the lack of water, leading to a drought theory. The Maya's main source of food was maize, which was easy to farm, although the hot and humid climate of the Yucatan made storing and saving maize for long periods of time difficult. According to scientists, the worst drought the Maya ever experienced was in 760 AD, and with unreliable food storage, historians believe that this drought was the tipping point that led to their demise.
Second, let's take a look at the political theory. The Maya lived in individual political states that were linked together through trade, political alliances, and tribute obligations. A handful of these states were independent, while others were part of larger political hierarchies. Maya states were initially ruled by simple chiefdoms, but eventually Maya governance molded into the form of centralized, powerful leaders who legitimized their authority through their political connections and divine lineages. Maya political warfare involved several types of violence: wars between separate kingdoms, attempts of cities within a kingdom to secede by revolting against the capital, and civil wars resulting from frequent violent attempts by would-be kings to overthrow the throne. Because of the Mayan tendency to remain in a warlike, violent state, it is theorized that the Mayan politics spiraled into chaos before the Spanish colonization of the Maya officially began in 1521. This colonization entailed forced labor and mandatory conversion to Christianity. Aiding in the Spanish conquest was the introduction of European diseases, which decimated Mayan populations since they had developed no immunity.
The Maya were an advanced ancient society who collapsed because of unknown theoretical reasons. What do you think happened to this ancient civilization?
Created using Powtoon.